Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's K-E-S-H-W-A-N-I, Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for SAT. We have been solving SAT math problems out of this book here, the official SAT study guide. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. The problem that we are about to solve is the one that you will find on page number 595. Please turn to it, page 595. Today is our lesson number 52. Question number 7. Question number 7 is the second last question. The penultimate multiple choice question, second to the last question. Penultimate is just a very fancy way of saying second to the last question, and we learned this thing in our vocabulary lesson on day number 11. It's pronounced penultimate, which means second to the last. There are only 8 of them. The reason I want to remind you this part is because since there are only 8 multiple choice questions, and after question number 8, gradient questions begin, a new type of questions, therefore the scale of difficulty ends at 8. Beginning with question number 9, a new scale of difficulty begins. Question number 9, on a scale of 1 to 10, question number 9 is 1, because there are 10 gradient questions. Therefore, on a scale of 1 to 10, number 9 is 1, because it's the very first one. So we go from the most difficult multiple choice question, number 8, to a very simple and very easy and straightforward gradient question, number 9. You'll see that when we get to it. Anyway, number 7. Here we are told that r times root t equals 18 times square root of 18. The question is, which of the following could be the value of r times t? The question simply is, r times t is what? Well, that's very straightforward. Very simple, in fact. If r times root t is 18 times root 18, that means r must be 18 and t must be 18. r is 18 and t is 18. And therefore, 18 times 18, if you would do it out, the answer is 324. The answer is 324, which is answer choice E. And if this is what you're looking at, then unfortunately, I'm sorry to have to say that you're not paying attention. This is wrong, because we have not met one condition in the problem. The one condition in the problem that they impose on us is the fact that r must be more than t. r has to be greater than t, we are told. And here, in this scenario, even though this scenario works, if r were 18, t could also be 18, and 18 times root 18 will equal r times root t. And this will be fine. If they had not imposed this condition that one has to be bigger than the other, if they had not imposed this condition that they cannot be equal to each other. If we were allowed to make them equal to each other, this would have worked. And answer choice E would have been an acceptable answer. But they cannot be equal to each other, which means this won't work. We have to think of something else. We have to think of something else. Let's see what we can do. This won't work. This will not work. So how can we write root 18? Root 18 can be written as 2 times root 9, obviously. And that, of course, can be written as root 2 times root 9. And then, of course, that can be written as root 2 times 3, which is same as 3 times root 2. So that's what we're going to do here. 18 times 3 times root 2. And now we have 3 times 18. How much is 3 times 18? If you were to come to me out of the blue and ask me how much is 13 times, if you were to ask me how much is 18 times 3, my answer would be, how the hell do I know? I do know what is 20 times 3. That I do know. 20 times 3 is 60. And 18 is 2 less than 20. Therefore you subtract 3 2's. In other words, 18 times 3 must equal 20 times 3 minus 3 times 2. Or better yet, let's put it properly. We have 23's, we subtract from it 2 3's. You see? 23's minus 2 3's must equal 18 3's. That's very straightforward. This is just 60 minus 6. 60 minus 6 is 54. So it's 54 times root 2. And that's it, we are done. And that would work. That is perfectly legitimate. That would work. So now we can tell, we can see clearly that R is 54 and T is 2. And therefore R times T must equal 54 times 2. And again, if you ask me what is 54 times 2, I really don't know what 54 times 2 is. I do know 50 times 2 is 100, and I know 4 times 2 is 8. So it's 108. And that's our answer. That's it. We are done. The answer is 108. And that's answer choice C. Let's go to number 8, shall we? Question number 8. That's it. We are done with it. I'm going to give you a second. The 324 that you see there, 18 times 18, there is a name for it. In the industry, we call it, we have a very technical term for it, we call it the sucker's answer. 324 was a sucker answer. Do you understand? It was sucker's answer. Number 8. In number 8, we're given a picture here, a triangle. And inside that triangle, we're given another triangle. A, B, B, A, C, B, and that's about it. And that's about it. The question simply is, what's the value of C? In terms of A and B, obviously. What's the value of C? Well, let's find out. Let's see what we can do here. The thing to do here, pay attention here, the thing to do here, the reason why it's classified as hard question is because it involves some thinking that you have to learn to do on your own. Look at it in a calm way. Do you understand? The thing to do here is to understand that this thing plays no role here. I want you to concentrate. We're going to give this. We're going to give these vertices name here. Not vertices. This is not a vertex. Let's give these points a name. Let's call it A, B, C, and D. I want you to look at quadrilateral. I hope I spelled it correctly. Quadrilateral A, B, C, D. And what do we know about the sum of the angles in the quadrilateral? Sum of the angles of any quadrilateral equals 360. Now, do you know why? Why is it that the sum of the angles of any four-sided picture is 360? Do you know why? Because a quadrilateral, let's draw a quadrilateral here. Here's the quadrilateral I'm going to draw. A very wild one. Here's the quadrilateral. There you go. That's the quadrilateral. The sum of the angles in this quadrilateral is 360. How do we know that? Because the quadrilateral is nothing but a union, a marriage of two triangles. That's what that is. And what do we know about the sum of the angles in a triangle? We do know that the sum of the angles in any triangle is 180. And since this guy is made up of two triangles, the sum of the angles in this guy must be 2 times 180, which is 360. As you can clearly see, it's a marriage of two triangles. A quadrilateral is a marriage of two triangles. Whether you can show the marriage in this way, or you can show it in marriage in this fashion. It doesn't matter. There are two triangles sitting next to each other. Sum of the angles in each of these triangles is 180. Therefore, the sum of the angles in this quadrilateral is 360. That's the concept we're going to use here. So I want you to look at the quadrilateral one more time. I don't want you to look at anything else. I want you to look at quadrilateral A, B, C, and D. The sum of the angles in this quadrilateral must equal 360. Let's put it here. Where should we put it? So let's start from here. We're going to go slowly, okay? So slowly I'm going to start with A, and we're going to go clockwise. So we have point A here. We have angle A. Let's put it here. I need the room. So we have angle A here at point A. Then at point B we have angle B. At point C we have angle C and A. Now listen, if you don't like this ABCD, because this ABCD, the capital letter ABCD is going to confuse us with the small letter ABCD for the angles, let's call them P, Q, R, S. And look at the quadrilateral, P, Q, R, S. So at point P, this is point P, we have angle A. At point Q, we have angle B. At point R, we have C plus A, C plus A. And finally, at point S, point S is made up of B and a B, two B's. And if you add up all of these angles, it forms a quadrilateral. And therefore they must add up to 360. That's it. We are almost there. We have to solve for C. That's all it is. We just have to solve for C. Let's combine them. I see one A here, I see another A here, so there's two A's right here. So we have two A's. And how many B's do we have? I see one B here, I see another B here, I see another B here. So there's three B's. And then finally a C, only one C. And that equals 360. And since we want to solve for C, bring the 3B's and the 2A and on this side, so C equals 360 minus 2A minus 3B. Voila, that's it. In other words, subtract 3B's from both sides and subtract 2A's from both sides and you will have the C by itself, and that C, angle C, must equal 360. Of course, this angle C must equal the total number, which is total amount, which is 360, minus this angle, minus that angle, minus this angle, and these two angles. That's all. So C equals 360 minus 2A. This A and that A, two A's and three B's. A B, and a B. Three B's. That's it. We're done. The answer is E. The answer is E. We'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye now.